Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. And I know everybody always says that at the beginning of concerts, but I really mean thank you so much for coming. In the world that we live in, where there's just always something to do, to sit still for 45 minutes and just receive some art and some stories is an act of resistance and a great act of beauty. So thank you for coming. I really mean it. That was Sir Peter Maxwell Davies' Sonatina for solo trumpet. I hope he doesn't mind. I added some bells. So thank you to Adam and Peter and Andy for the addition of some bells. Bells are a bit of a theme in today's recital. So in case you have more interesting things to do than to read my biog on the internet, my name is Clara, and I am a freelance musician. I work in and around London, and I get to do all sorts of different people, all sorts of different projects, usually for other people, usually getting to play other people's music for other people's creation. And today, I'm playing some things that I fancied doing just for the fun of it. So as well as being a trumpet player, I'm also a harp player. I play the big one and also the little one. This is the clarsach, which is the Scottish national instrument, not the bagpipes, I know. And I'm going to play a couple of pieces now. And you will have noticed on your program that the name of this recital is Woman and Water. And that is because, why not? Women and water are the revolution that's happening at the moment, and I see it in the cold water dippers and all around the world, particularly in cold countries at the moment. And what I've noticed is there's stories about women and water in art, and so I decided to collate some of them. So I'm going to play Thig Bàta Hugo. That means the boat will come. It's a Gaelic traditional song from my homeland of Scotland. And it tells the story of a woman who is stood on the edge of the shore, looking out to sea, waiting for the boat to come. Her beloved is in the boat, and there has been a great storm. The dark is coming, and she's watching the dusk settle. And so it's lamenting and also hoping at the same time. And then I will play Leaving Lismore, which was written by Margaret as she was leaving Lismore, which is an island in the Inner Hebrides on the west coast of Scotland. And she wrote it on the boat as she was traveling back to the mainland. And again, I think it talks of this tug, the push and pull that we have whenever we're traveling, of homeland and also visiting, and that we always hold multiple in our heart at the same time. First, Thig Bàta Hugo, and I have to mute the microphone. Yeah. So I wanted to create a program that held all of the stories, or some of the stories, of particularly Celtic women and their relationship to water. So the piece that I'll be playing later, which forms the longest section of the recital, has ancient Irish Gaelic as its roots. And at the moment, I'm playing ancient Scottish music. And we're now going to move a little bit further into the modern day with a piece of music that was written by somebody called Karine Polwart. Now, Karine is, unfortunately for the people who live with me, played in my house an awful lot because she is, by nature, she is a singer-songwriter. But what she really is a storyteller of the modern day. She is an activist and a comedian and a gifted woman who is able to say what can't always be said through the medium of song. And this is one of her songs called Follow the Heron Home. And I didn't know until I was researching for this particular recital that Karine and I have something in common, that we have a particular affinity towards a heron. There have been a few times in my life where I have been visited by herons, usually at a point where I needed some sense of reassurance. And Karine wrote this, again, as Margaret was. She was traveling on a boat, this time from Shetland back to the mainland. She was traveling home. And as she was traveling home, a heron swooped in front of the boat, and she wrote this song. This song feels a little far away from November because it speaks of the time towards spring as we turn between Imbolc into the spring equinox and we return from the darkness back into the light. But I thought as we settle into the darkness for the year, why not remember the light? This is Follow the Heron Home. arms that lie empty and hollow are ready for gladness to cheer. By night and by day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow. By night and by day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron dawn. Thank you so much. I'm now going to invite Peter to come and join us, because Peter is a wizard in many forms, most of the time just handling me, like switching on my microphone for me. But he is also a wizard in the form of the electronic sphere, and so he is going to be doing some of the manipulation during the piece that I'm now going to play. For the people who have bells, if you would like to play during the beginning or the very end, then please do so, if you feel led to. But this beautiful piece was written for me. What an absolute gift. It was written for me by the maestro that is John Kenny, who is sitting just here in the second row. In fact, we always wait till the end to give the composer applause, but let's just do it now. So this piece was written back in 2018 for me, after a night in a pub, a beautiful pub in Edinburgh. And this is what happens when you say to someone, I'm looking for a piece that's like this, but I can't find it anywhere. And they said, I'll write it for you. It's in 3 movements. You have the text in your programs. And if you were here for the 10:30 recital, then you know the story that I'm currently working with in my head as to what this piece is about. If you weren't, you get to find your own story. So, I'm actually going to go off stage now and make my way back in to play Singing at the Edge of the World.
that is struck in the windy night. Indasinidal, menabete, indasinidal, menabete, indasinidal, indasinidal, menabete, indasinidal, menabete, indasinidal, menabete, indasinidal. Menabete, menabete, indasinidal, 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 menabete. Indasinidal, menabete, indasinidal. Bitter is the wind I fear not the fierce Norsemen coursing the Irish sea.
Thank you so much. We have just enough time for the slightly mysterious thing at the end of the program. Our very small cottage in North London has been overtaken by electronics for the last week or two or more. Our dining room table has had this set up on it, and we've had speakers on coffee tables, and all sorts of different things around, bells, etc. And always getting the water out for me, isn't he nice? And as well as rehearsing this lovely piece a lot, we have also got to start playing together, using the electronics and getting into what's effectively chamber music, deep listening with each other. And we decided to share a little of that with you. So we have a rough plan, but basically just sit still for 3 minutes and let it happen to you. But I will say now, thank you so much. Thank you for being so lovely, and for the people on the live stream, thank you.